Why is it asking me to add another profile to it? Great.
Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Thought Leaders Circle Show. I'm your host, Kelly Charles Collins. I'm a retired employment law trial attorney, keynote and award winning TEDx speaker, strategic consultant for women thought leaders, and an author. And today, what we're going to be talking about is we're going to talk a little bit about our conference. I'm hosting a conference, I'm the CEO of Speaker Moguls, and we're hosting a conference called IQONIK Talks. It's a virtual HR conference, and our theme is Women Thought Leaders Redefining Leadership. So, what we are doing with this series as we're going through is to invite our speakers, our featured speakers, so that you can get to meet them. You know, we go to these conferences, we see all the lists with everybody's names and, their topics, but you don't really get to meet the speakers beforehand to see, oh, do I like her? Or like him? Do I like them? What's their energy like? Do I want to be in the room with them? The great thing about the IQONIK Talks is that you'll be in the room with all the speakers because it's a full day conference. So, full day, when I say full day in terms of like maybe 10 to 4. So, we'll have 7 amazing speakers, but you'll get to see each of them. And we're going to be doing it. Think of like TEDx type of talks. So, they're going to be doing 20-minute power packed. When I say power packed, power packed talks for you all around leadership, around communication, authenticity, branding, diversity, equity, and inclusion, succession planning. Listen, you name it, we got it. And today I'm excited because our featured speaker that we have today is Vaneese Johnson. And I said in the message that you were going to be in for a treat, and I promise you, not only tonight but at the IQONIK Talks conference on March 26th. Oh, it's going to be awesome. The stage. So if you want to go to the conference, go to iconictalks.com to grab your ticket. It's IQONIK talks.com. And our launch pricing is still available. Hey, Tina, our launch pricing is still available until January 15th. And I'm going to put this coupon code in the chat for you in the comments. If you use 25 off and it's code sensitive, you'll save $25. So that brings your general admission ticket down to $75 and your VIP ticket down to $175. Listen, that's a steal. And especially if you have a SHRM certification, because we have 2.25, we've been approved for 2.25 PDCs. And for those of you with HRCI credits, we're working on that one. So just hang on for a little bit around that one, but we definitely have our SHRM credits approved. So, hey, it's a no-brainer. Show up. We're going to have fun. And it's not like any other HR conference, y'all. This is going to be a real fun time. Hey, Stacia, nice to see you. So without further ado, but we'll talk about the conference a little bit more, but I want you to meet Vaneese because that's why we're here today, not to hear her. So Vaneese, would you please introduce your amazing self to our audience?
Hi, everyone. I am Vaneese Johnson, the boldness coach, and I help women to be bold, big, and bad and live a life of no permission needed so that they can create the career they want, the life they want, and the well being that they deserve.
Absolutely. And so, Vaneese, why did you choose that topic? Like, why do people call you the boldness coach? And why is this so important to you for women, especially, right?
Yeah.
To live life out loud, like bold, big, and bad.
Each one of us was born with a level of boldness in us already. Here is what's been happening to us is that as we've been navigating life, as life has been life in, what's been happening is that we have diminished really the authentic self of who we are. And as we've diminished that, we've become susceptible to not getting raises, not getting seen in the workplace, our voices being silenced, when we're at the table, and even being invisible in a room. And so, what happened to me was a life change that left me in all three of those spaces and probably some others that we don't even have time to go through the list. And so I was like, wait a minute, this is not how this is supposed to go. Who do I need to be in order for me to be able to access,
Mm-hmm.
the authentic self inside of me? And after doing some soul work, which me doing that work allows me to be able to serve clients quicker, sooner, faster, because I can give you some of the shortcuts. Now, I can't do your work for you, but I can give you some shortcuts. But after doing that work and stepping into my and discovering my level of boldness and owning that, my life has changed tremendously. Listen, I ain't never going back. I ain't never going back.
I'm so glad you say that because there's so many of us who are brilliant. I mean, just truly brilliant. And that could be by education, you're brilliant, or you're just
Mhm,
innately brilliant, or a combination of all of
mhm.
it. And we are walking around these spaces, both life and our workplaces, with our lights just dimmed,
Yes.
right?
Right.
And, as we talk about leadership, oftentimes we think about leadership as just a workplace conversation. And when I
Right.
was thinking about you today and I was thinking about us having this conversation, I was thinking, what Vaneese is really saying is that leadership is a lifestyle.
Yes.
And so talk about that. Talk about how women can really, and I say women, y'all, because that's really who I focus on, but it's for everybody.
Yeah. It's for
Right?
everybody.
It's for
Yeah.
everybody. You can take the lessons, but we will be doing this conference during Women's History Month, and
Mhm.
it's also Women Thought Leaders Redefining Leadership, right? But talk about leadership as a lifestyle as opposed to just when we go, we're sitting in our offices at work.
Right. So leadership as a lifestyle really has to do with you being clear in every aspect of your life. And like you said, Kelly, most time people associate leadership with being a work role, being in a work environment. No, leadership starts with self first. And we've forgotten how to self lead because a lot of us have been influenced externally,
Mhm.
around leadership. And so with that external influence, we've kind of lost our way. And it reveals itself in how we show up even in our personal lives, right?
Yeah.
I mean, things leadership as simple as, giving right away to an irate driver. Like that's leadership. When you say, you know what, it's best I put my blinker on and move safely to the next lane and let this person pass by.
Right.
That's leadership. Like you're thinking about who do I need to be, in this particular experience. You don't have to get with the driver and stoop to their level. Leadership is really about taking a higher road, but taking a higher road that's in true alignment with the authentic you. Now listen, if you that girl and that's how
I
you
love your
roll,
laugh.
then that's how you roll. But for most of us, we take the higher road. Leadership in terms of your life aspects. If you don't like how something's going in your life, then you need to upgrade it. You have the opportunity. We don't have no victims around here.
Nope.
That's a personal choice. So leadership is a lifestyle, and when you tap into that, you will carry that over not only from your personal life, but you're also going to carry that into your work life because it's going to exude out of you. When you
Yeah.
start to embody self leadership, the world around you has no choice but to take notice and to respond accordingly.
Yeah. It's funny that you talk about how leadership and control and, and making sure that you're not going to other people's level. They have this saying that I match energy. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I don't match energy.
No. No,
Right?
ma'am.
We're not matching energy and understanding leadership, right?
Mhm,
Understanding
mhm,
that leadership comes from within and not as a result of some title that somebody has bestowed upon you
right.
will allow you to understand that because like you said, we need to respond, we need to show up, we need to embrace, we need to embody in alignment with who
Yes.
we see ourselves to be in the world, like the things
Yes.
that we want to create in the world.
Mhm.
So when people see you speak
Mhm.
at IQONIK Talks, what can they expect from a Vanice?
OMG. The name, the boldness coach, is not some pretty title that I just woke up and decided, oh, that sounds cute and catchy. No, I am bringing disruption. And what that means is I'm going to call you to the carpet. I'm going to call you to the carpet for you to choose. Listen, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Don't miss me. Don't make no mistake. I can now. But I'm not going to tell you what to do. What I'm going to do is invite you to the next level of who you could possibly be. And I think it's important to have that conversation because a lot of times we're having conversations around what other people are doing around us, what this company is doing, what what my direct reports are not doing, what my colleagues ought to do, so too many times we're having those conversations about external influences. But I'm going to be talking to you about you. So if
Yes.
you're not ready to hear about you, then my segment gonna be the one you want to put.
Let,
You want to put the church finger up and tip on out because mm, mm.
and I want to show you, Dan Roth said Vaneese is one of the best speakers I have ever heard. So
Thank
thank you,
you, Dan.
Dan,
Thank you,
for
Dan.
saying that, for chiming in, for being here. I hope you will grab your ticket to see Vaneese speak again at IQONIK Talks. You know, when we decided to put this conference together, so you heard me say at the beginning that this is the Thought Leaders Circle show. So Vaneese is, as I introduced Keisha, Vaneese is my client, she's my friend, and they're all in my Thought Leaders Circle program. And one of the things that I have enjoyed being in there with them and just listening to the talks and that they're going to present is that they all do have their own individual thought leadership around what it means to be powerful, what it means to be a woman at work, what it means to be a woman in life, right? And just showing up powerfully every single day. And Vaneese, talk to the issue about why it's so important for women to embrace the power within, because this goes to what you were just talking about in terms of people having all of these external conversations. And I think we don't spend enough time with the internal conversations. And
Right.
those internal conversations are really what are going to propel us forward and allow us to stand with, back straight,
Mhm.
head held high,
Right.
right? Voice powerful. So talk about why it's so really important to have those internal
Mhm.
conversations and
Mhm.
not to just have them in your head, but then to embrace, embody, and exude all of that.
Yeah, it's important to have that internal conversation because you're going to tell yourself the truth. You don't have to look for other people and try to co-sign. And that's what happens a lot of times when we are looking to grow, looking to step into the next level. We will go to someone else and say, what do you think? What do you think? But truly, you get to look in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. And a lot of people don't like to face the hard truth. But I would rather tell myself the truth directly than I would to accept someone else's truth or about the perception of who they think I am based on a limited experience of a limited amount of time. I've been with me all my life. So don't nobody know me better than me. So it's really mission critical, at this point to really tell yourself the truth because when you do that, you step into the possibility.
Mhm.
You step into moving from possibility to actuality, right? So we're all a ball of possibility, and telling ourselves the truth gives us the invitation to possibility. But out of truth also really calls us forth to say, okay, now that we know this and we know what we could possibly do, what are we going to actually do?
Mhm.
So it's mission critical because we've got so many influences, when we're looking at different social media platforms of what everybody else is doing. And we're looking at everybody else's candy and we want some of their candy. But we know candy will cause tooth decay. Your teeth will rot. It'll make your stomach hurt. Candy will make you put on weight. It'll make you have pimples. Like all candy ain't good candy. So instead of being influenced out there, then look at yourself. And it's mission critical for you to take the opportunity to have that conversation with yourself. And like Kelly said, some people might be like, Vaneese, that sounds really good, but I'm not sure where to start. I'm going to tell you where you can start in March.
Yes.
You can start in March at the IQONIK Talks because we are all women that are not just professionals, and experts at what we do, but we are the everyday woman that you see. And if we can get there, so can you get there. But we have not gotten there alone.
Yeah.
But part of the journey of getting there is that we've started with telling ourselves the truth and connecting with other truth self tellers, right? Other self truth tellers that we've connected with them that have given us space to be safe to tell that truth and to pull us forward. And here we are. So we're the demonstration of what boldness really looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. People are always asking about representation.
Uh-huh.
And, we know that representation matters. And so, what you will get at IQONIK Talks is a bold representation.
Mhm.
And, I think so many women will see themselves in all of you, right? We have women who are, PhDs and lawyers and professionals, HR professionals, and just the gamut, like really run the gamut. And let me answer. I'm going to come ask you another question, but let me answer Florence's question really quickly because somebody else may have this question. Is this a virtual conference? Yes, it is virtual. So the speakers will actually be live in Florida. So the presentations themselves are live presentations. So you'll see what time they're going to be. That's the actual time, and they're actually doing them live. But the entire event for our participants is going to be virtual. So yes, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, on the beach, in the bed, at the at the office, you will be able to tune in. So all you have to do is go to IQONIKTalks.com. IQONIK is spelled IQONIK Talks.com because we don't do anything regular around here. So it's IQONIKTalks.com. Thank you for that question, Florence. And if anybody has any questions while we are on, please make sure that you drop them in the comments and we'll be sure to answer for you. So, Vaneese, outside of IQONIK Talks, if somebody's listening to you and they're thinking, oh, that sounds good. Yes, I'm going to come to the conference because we want you to come to the conference. Yes, I'm going to come to the conference. But Kelly said that Vaneese is doing a 20-minute and all the speakers are doing 20-minute micro sessions, but I want more. I want her to come into, either our corporation or whatever. Talk about how people can work with you. What are some of the things that you do outside of just giving, 20-minute presentations that can really help with the continuity and the longevity of helping people to be bold, big, and bad?
So ways that corporations, can access me and organizations can access me is I work as a performance management coach. Can you imagine that? The boldness coach working as a performance management coach? Mm. So, and I work with workforce development departments, HR departments, and I work in partnership with those departments as well as those managers and leaders to really support them not only in their leadership style and leadership development, but also in helping them to be able to create teams, that really can produce for them, but not produce in the way of, just corporate, bottom lines, but also produce in camaraderie, produce, in collaboration, developing internal and external, customer relationships. So that's one aspect. Another aspect is I am a small business owner. So I am almost 30 years as a small business owner. So I work a lot with organizations. Thank you, Kelly. I work a lot with organizations that support, entrepreneurs at different levels. So whether you are an aspiring entrepreneur, you got, that on your mind, you think you might want to be, or whether you are an emerging entrepreneur, you are just launched your business, you are in that 1 to 3 year range, or if you are if you are a scaling entrepreneur and you are like, what, I've been doing this entrepreneur thing for a while now, and I am ready to make more money, get more of my time back. So I work with those organizations that support, small businesses. And that could be any level, women entrepreneurs specifically. It could be the general population. It could be a nonprofit that has a target audience of entrepreneurs. So all of those ways, corporate workforce development, and almost every big corporation has an HR department, right?
Yeah.
So that they can reach me through those channels as well as through the channels of small business and supporting that world.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I want you to not gloss over the fact that you said you are a small business owner for almost 30 years. We know that Black women start businesses at a higher rate than any, but we also generally fail, right? Our
Yeah,
businesses generally don't do very well.
yeah,
And so, for you to have been in business for 30, almost 30 years, it takes being bold, big, and bad. It takes having internal conversation. It takes knowing that every day is not, flowers and roses and all the niceties, but it takes also being resistant and not resistant, persistent, not
mhm,
resistant. Don't be
yeah,
resistant.
yeah.
It
No,
takes
don't
being persistent. I was going to say resilient, persistent,
do
and resilience
Mhm.
to really stay in this day after day after day after day. And I think one of the other things to think about when you're thinking about who the speakers are and why should I listen to them and why do I want to listen to them. You have speakers on this at this conference who are, some are still working full time and
Mhm,
doing
mhm.
speaking on the side. Some are doing hybrid, part-time, right? Part-time speaking, part-time in their careers, and some are full-time entrepreneurs. So you're going to get perspectives. We talk about iconic talks or perspectives worth shifting. You're going to get perspectives from so many different angles that it's not going to be that same old thing that you hear at every single conference. And the fact that it's 20 minutes, I don't want you to think, oh, it's 20 minutes, I'm not going to get much. Oh no, 20 minutes is a long time and a lot of information. It's one of the reasons when you watch a TEDx. So I've done my a TEDx. When you watch a TEDx, they're short. They're 8 minutes to like maybe 15 minutes, and
Yes.
that's long for a TEDx. And you see how powerful those presentations are. So I want to put this up because Dan is here loving on Vaneese, which I love. Dan says, I'm going to say one more thing. If you hear Vaneese virtually, you will need to hear her live. When she speaks, the entire room reverberates. My mouth is like twisted tonight. It's Friday and I should be in the bed. Reverberates, and there is an attitude shift you can feel. No, she didn't pay me to say that. So,
Thank you,
Dan, thank
Dan.
you
Thank
for
you,
that.
Dan. I
Thank
had the
you.
pleasure of speaking with Dan, sharing the stage with him, sharing a platform with him back in March, and he's an incredible speaker as well. So thank you, and Dan is a champion for HR professionals. So Dan, I'm going to be looking for you in the room. I'm just telling
Right.
you right now.
Right. ICONICtalks.com. We have Teresa. Hey, Teresa. We have Renee. That is my ride or die right there. Like, oh, and Renee. Oh, so I got to tell you. So, Renee Baker, Dr. Renee Baker, she's not just Renee Baker. So, as part of Iconic Talks, there's going to be a fireside chat. So, I'm hosting the event. So, there'll be a fireside chat. And my dear, dear friend, Dr. Renee Baker, is going to be the one who is going to be talking to me and interviewing me for that fireside chat. So you will want to be there for that. And Precious Williams, Precious Killer Pitch Master Williams, my girl, is in the house. I am so happy that she is here. Listen, you all, this is going to be when I thought about doing this talk. It is in alignment with the mission of Speaker Moguls. And in Speaker Moguls, our mission is to amplify, elevate, and affirm the voices of women experts. So many times, all of the speakers are Black women, Black and brown women. They just happen to be Black and brown women. Those are my clients. Who've chosen me as their mentor and strategic consultant. But there's so many times that people say, we'd love to have diversity on our stage, but we just can't find speakers. Well, now I'm giving them to you. I'm
Right,
putting them
right.
all on full display for you. So even if you're not an HR professional, but you're somebody who's like, I need to find some dynamic speakers. I need to find new speakers for my conferences, for my events, for my fireside chats, for town halls, for corporate training. We need something different in 2024. Then Iconic Talks is also for you because they're going to bring it. They are going to bring it. These 7 women are going to bring it that day. It is going to be amazing. March 26th, 2024. It's virtual, so you could be anywhere.
Yep.
You can be in your car, driving and listening. Don't watch, just drive and listen. And if you want the recordings for, access to the recordings for 30 days, then I would say upgrade to VIP. So the day is going to start with the the welcome, the fireside chat. We're going to have the talks. We're going to have some really cool moments in between. Lunch, we are going to have a networking lunch. So grab something to eat and then go into one of the breakout rooms and really meet the people who are there. We're going to have an event app, so you'll be able to connect with people on the app even before the event starts. Once you register, you'll get into an email sequence where we're actually sending you valuable information. So not fluff, like real valuable information. All of the speakers have, created things for you so that you can be learning and understanding who they are and just getting some valuable content before you meet them before you meet them live at the conference on March 26th. So again, we are really putting a lot of thought into how we're going to deliver this information to you so that it is not only educational, but it's entertaining, it's empowering. And so, we'll also have Q&A. If you sign up for the VIP, we'll have a special VIP Q&A with all the speakers at the end. So think about bringing your teams. This is a great opportunity to bring your teams. It's an opportunity for you to get your credits. It's an opportunity for you to support other women. We're always talking about supporting women. We're always talking about how am I an ally? How can I be an ally? How can I be an advocate? Here's your chance. Here's your chance. And until January 15th, with the code 25 off, your ticket is $75 for general admission and $175 for a VIP. And then one other thing I would like to share is that if you are an organization and you've been looking for an event that you would like to sponsor or you want to be an exhibit, this is something for you that you're like, I would love to put my name, the power of my purse, my business behind a really good event, something that is uplifting, something that is powerful, something that is positive, something that is going to create change in the world, create an impact, then reach out to me. You can go on IQONIKTalks.com and click on the button to say, hey, I would love to be a sponsor, or I would love to exhibit, or I'd love to provide virtual swag. We are looking for, people who really want to support the mission that we are on. So Vaneese, anything else that you want to say to everybody? I know that was a lot, but I wanted to make sure that people know what we're doing and why we're doing it. So anything that you would like to add?
Yeah, I would like to add that it's time. I'm just going to say point blank, it's time. It's time for you to step up to the next level. What got you where you are will not get you to the next level of your growth. And yes, I know you probably made some New Year's resolution and you and all your friends that got together and y'all said how y'all gonna hold each other accountable, for that. We are in the second week and where are your friends? So you want to come and join up for this conference, sign up today for the conference, put it on your calendar so that whatever New Year's resolutions that you've made for your career to up it to the next level, get information, get support, get connected so that you can really make it happen for you. It's time for you to step into your boldness. It's just time.
Absolutely. And so if you want to, I'm going to be interviewing all the speakers. So we've interviewed Keisha Hickson and now Vaneese Johnson. If you want to, continue to watch and see all of the interviews, you can go to my YouTube channel at thekellycharles.com. So I'll put that in the chat. YouTube is at thekellycharles.com. I mean, not .com, Lord, we're always saying .com, at the Kelly Charles Collins. So at the Kelly Charles Collins on YouTube. But for the next couple of weeks, up until right before the conference, I will be doing interviews of all of the speakers. So you'll get to meet them personally. If you're on live with us and you have any questions, let us know. If you're watching this on replay and you have any questions about the speakers, what they're going to be speaking about, the topics they're speaking about, you have any comments, or you want to ask us questions about the conference itself, just drop it in the comments. We will be paying attention and we will come back and chat with you. And so I'm so glad that you spent this time with us. I know it's Friday evening, so I appreciate you all being here. And we would love, love, love to see you, your teams, everybody there. Just see your faces at IQONIK Talks on March 26, 2024. Please go to iconictalks.com to grab your ticket. If you need group tickets, so 5 or more, then just let us know that. There's a section for that too. We're happy to, we have group discounts for that. So again, it's IQONIK Talks, IQONIK Talks.com. And we cannot wait to see you there. Tina, there you go. Let me I think Vaneese just put the link in the comments for you, and it's also scrolling across the screen. We'd love to see you there. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. Have an amazing day, and don't let the rest of the year go by without making sure that you pour into yourself, that you have the internal conversations that Vaneese was talking about, and that you take the action steps to really be able to live the life that you truly deserve and desire. Take care, everybody.